Hi there. Thanks for stopping by. Today I have something really exciting to share with you. It's one of the most revolutionary methods for stress-free living on the planet today. It's called EFT, which stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. It's also known as meridian tapping, tapping on the electrical meridians running through the body. It's just a revolutionary strategy and practice that combines ancient Chinese medicine with modern day psychology. It was originally developed by Gary Craig following the work of several doctors, including Dr. Goodhart, Dr. Diamond, and Dr. Callahan. I was fortunate enough to learn this several years ago, many years ago actually now, from Nick Ortner, who has written a wonderful book on it. He's appeared on Dr. Oz and done some great work. So I'll call out to Nick Ortner. Thank you. I've used EFT to release all kinds of things in my life. Physical ailments. I've even used it to avoid a surgery for a hernia and allow that hernia to just let go of me, so to speak. I can tell you more about that in another video. I've used it to deal with emotional trauma and stress and things like that in my life. It's got just all kinds of uses, physical, mental, emotional. Just think about any fears you might have, the fears of public speaking or the fears of students are using it to let go of fear of taking an exam if they get a little stressed about an examination. Athletes are using it before big games. So EFT is a wonderful tool to have in your toolkit to simply let go of stress and anxiety and tension that you might be carrying around. All right, so there are 9 meridians in the electrical meridians, so to speak, going through the body. And think of it this way. If a circuit is tripped in your house or in your apartment, it doesn't matter how many times you flip the switch or change the light bulbs, it's not going to work. All right, so treating the problem by changing the light bulb isn't solving it. You've got to go back and reset the switch. Well, the body is very electrical as well. So the body, if you've got a trip switch, so to speak, it doesn't matter what you eat. It doesn't matter what you do in terms of exercise and fitness. You've got a trip switch and you got to reset it. So EFT is a great tool for that. So what I'm going to do is walk you through a round of how it works and show you the meridians. And then you just simply have to practice it. All right, there's wonderful books out on this. There's wonderful video clips and things like that on how you can use it to avoid the common cold or avoid the flu or avoid getting nervous or avoid or let go of phobias of whatever you might be afraid of, all kinds of things like that. So you start by setting up, choosing something you want to let go of. So let's just, for example, say I want to let go of this nervousness that I get when I have to give a speech. Okay, almost everybody can relate to that. So I've got this big presentation coming up and I tend to get really nervous about it. So create a little mental movie in your mind about what that looks like and then rank it, typically on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being I'm freaking out. I can't sleep at night. I can't get it out of my mind. To 1 is I'm really not nervous at all. Okay, but try to find something that's at least a 5, and create a picture of that and think about how do I feel. All right, because feeling is an energy. So the only way to treat that is to let go of that, release that energy. So I feel real nervous or something like that when I have to give a presentation or take an examination. Then you set up a phrase, like a setup phrase, that's like, even though I get nervous before I give a speech, I totally accept myself. I totally and completely accept myself. Even though I have a tendency to catch the flu in the flu season, I totally accept myself. Even though I tend to get nervous before a big event, a baseball game or a football game or a performance of some sort, I totally and completely accept myself and love myself. So that's the positive out loud affirmation that we're using while we're tapping. And then you can create like a little mini phrase, my fear of public speaking, my fear of failure, my fear of making a fool out of myself or something like that. Just a little catchphrase, because it's that we're going to be releasing, okay? Because energy, again, thought, is energy. Feelings are energy. That energy can get trapped in the body and in the tissues and in the electrical circuitry of the body. And we got to learn how to let it go. So this is a wonderful letting go technique called EFT. All right. Now the meridians, the first meridian that we start with is the karate point. It's right here. So what we're doing is we're tapping on that while we're affirming whatever it is we're saying. We're just calling it out. So even though I get very nervous before I have to give a presentation, I accept myself. Even though I freak out before I have to give a presentation, I totally and completely accept myself. Even though I'm afraid I'm going to make a fool out of myself in front of all these people, I totally and completely love and accept myself. The next meridian point then is right here, okay, between the eye and the top of the nose. So I'm tapping here now, and I'm repeating to myself my fear of public speaking. The next meridian is right here on the side of the eye. Okay, my fear of making a fool out of myself. The next one, right underneath the eye, on the bone. Okay, my fear of saying something stupid. Have a little fun with it. Next is right under the nose. Okay, my fear of not knowing what to say. Okay, next is right under the mouth on the bone here. All right, my fear of public speaking. Next is the collarbone, and I like to use 2 fingers for that. You could use 1, but the collarbone meridian right here. All right, my fear of public speaking. And then finally, we go under the arm, about 4 inches under the armpit. We tap to either side, doesn't matter. You can do either side for any of these. My fear of public speaking. And then we finish on the top of the head, the crown chakra. My fear of saying something stupid and making a fool out of myself. And then we repeat this cycle 3 times. So we go back to the karate chop point. Even though I'm afraid I'm going to say something stupid and I get all worked up over a public presentation, I totally and completely accept myself. My fear of public speaking. My fear of saying something stupid. My fear of forgetting what to say. My fear of looking silly. My fear of tripping on the stage and falling down. My fear of public speaking. My anxiety and tension and stress when I have to give up and give a talk. My fear of public speaking. Then we just did round 2. Now sometimes with round 3, we can start to change it up. So for example, in round 3, you might say, even though I tend to get really nervous when I have to give a speech, I choose to let it go. Even though I tend to get really nervous when I have to give a speech and I'm afraid I might say something stupid, I choose to let it go and feel free. Even though I get really nervous about public speaking, I love and completely accept myself and let it go. Choose to let it go. And then we repeat all the way through. I choose to let it go. I no longer worry about it. I'm no longer nervous about it. I'm actually looking forward to my next speech. I'm going to be awesome. It's going to be great. I can't wait to get up in front of the audience and share what I have to share. I'll bring peace of mind and calm and poise and grace to whatever talk I give. I'll be myself, who I totally and completely accept. That's EFT. You can use it for all kinds of things. It's a brilliant tool, brilliant research. There's been research done on how you can improve your eyesight with it, okay, how you can eliminate phobias, post-traumatic stress disorder, and studies on how it can be used for that, breaking bad habits, smoking or overeating or all kinds of things. All right, it's just a truly terrific and powerful energy therapy, one of the most widely used energy therapies now on the planet today. I highly recommend you check it out. I've been using it for years. I've used it to let go of all kinds of problems and struggles and, if you will, viruses of the mind, these programs that we run on that just simply don't serve us well. You want to find the delete button, and you want to clear your mind of some of these destructive, subconscious programs and thoughts that you've been carrying around all your life. Here's a tool to do just that. With that, I'm John Murphy. I'm here to help. God bless.